All right. How's it, guys? Back for another lesson of conversation slash reading slash vocabulary. So let's jump right into it. I'll share our Ingu website that we always use. And as I always mention, if you guys like, you can go to the website yourself. They've got more articles for you to read. And they also offer one-on-one lessons. So you can go and have a look there if you're interested in one-on-one lessons as well. All right, so let's see what will we pick today. We're gonna let's see. Oh, the mystery of sleepwalking. Let's have a look at that. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. Not gonna waste any time. Vocabulary first, as I always say. I'm gonna read it. I'd like you to pause afterwards. You need to read it out loud. You have to say the words. If you don't understand the word from the definition that they give, type it in Google. Have a look. Search a little bit more. Sometimes the same word can have different meanings in different contexts. So obviously the definition that they give here is the context of the article. So have a look if you want to study a little bit further. All right, so the first word we have mystery. That is, sorry, mystery. That is something that is not fully understood or able to be explained. And the example sentence, there's much about dreaming that still remains a mystery. All right, the next one, aware, that is knowing or understanding a fact, situation, etc. And a sentence, we are all well aware of the seriousness of the situation. The word complex, having many different connected parts, complicated or difficult to understand. And in a sentence, large cities like New York and Tokyo have complex transportation networks. The next one, exactly, in a precise or accurate way. It is still not known what exactly causes migraines. The next one, chance, and that is a possibility that something will happen. And I believe we have a good chance of winning the tournament. The last one, anxiety, and that is a mental health condition which causes people to feel extremely nervous or worried, a state of feeling nervous or worried. And in a sentence, millions of Americans suffer from anxiety disorders. All right. So moving right on to our article. Again, I'm going to read it, the whole article at once. You should pause it after each little paragraph and read the sentence. Make sure you got the pronunciation down. If you want, you can listen to the whole article and then you read the whole thing. But try and read it, try and say it, pronounce the words. Have to keep speaking. All right. So, the night moves, the mystery of sleepwalking. Searching for sleepwalking online, and many of the results are news stories about governments, organizations, and people moving or living without thinking too much. For example, you might read about governments sleepwalking into a crisis and people sleepwalking through their 30s. They're not asleep at all, but they're not aware. So, is this what real sleepwalking, also called somnambulism, is actually like? Well, somnambulism is a bit of a mystery. Not a complete mystery, but there is a lot more that scientists would like to know. It is when someone walks or does complex activities, even including things like driving a car, while they are asleep. It usually happens during deep sleep earlier in the night, according to the UK's National Health Service, and it is more common in children. Around 1 in 5 may sleepwalk at least once. One of the things that make somnambulism difficult to research is that not many adults are sleepwalkers, and those who do sleepwalk often don't remember leaving their beds in the night. Scientists still don't know exactly what causes sleepwalking, although research has shown that not getting enough sleep can increase the chances of it happening. So too can drinking too much alcohol, taking drugs, and feelings of stress and anxiety. While the idea of sleepwalking may seem funny, seeing someone who may even have their eyes open and who looks to be both awake and in a deep sleep at the same time, it can be very dangerous. A study of 60 adult sleepwalkers from 2005 reported that 30% of them had hurt themselves or others during sleepwalking. All right. Well, we have 3 questions about the passage that we just read. I'll read through them, try and see if you can remember what we read about without going back and looking. So let's see if we can do that. Question number 1. At what stage of sleep does sleepwalking usually happen? Remember what they said? Try and answer it. All right. Number 2. What causes sleepwalking? What causes it? And number 3. What percentage of sleepwalkers taking part in the 2005 study had hurt themselves or others? Do you remember? Well, let's see. I think I kind of remember. At what stage of sleep does sleepwalking usually happen? They said in the deep sleep, but early on during your sleep, I think they said. What causes sleepwalking? I think they said it's still a bit of a mystery, but not getting enough sleep can have an effect. Drinking drugs can have an effect on it. What percentage of sleepwalkers in the 2005 study hurt themselves or others? I think they said 30%. All right, let's go look. So going back, there they say it usually happens during deep sleep earlier in the night. All right. And then the second one, what causes sleepwalking? What causes it? They'd say, yeah, it's a bit of a mystery, not a complete mystery. And then they say, what did they say? They don't know exactly what causes it, not getting enough sleep, drinking alcohol, drugs, stress and anxiety. And then 30% of the adults hurt themselves or others. All right. Well, let's have a look at the discussion questions again. I'm going to read the question. I'll answer it the way that I would answer it. And then after that, again, I would like you to hit pause and then you answer it how you would. Or you can pause first, answer it, and then listen to my answer, see if we have some things in common. All right. Number 1, what did you know about somnambulism before reading this article? Well, I didn't know the word somnambulism. So I just knew sleepwalking, but I didn't know this word. Yeah, I knew that they said people who sleepwalk, a lot of times their eyes would be open. It's not like they're walking like this. They would walk like a normal person, and they would just not respond in the way that they normally would. And most of the times they wouldn't remember the next day. If you tell them like, oh, why did you come drink milk in the night? They wouldn't even know what you're talking about. All right. Do you know anyone who sleepwalks? If so, what do they usually do while sleeping? I don't know anybody. think I think I did when I was a child 1 or 2 times. I remember my parents mentioned something like they were watching TV and I was supposed to sleep and I came in and just looked at them and went back to bed or something. And I don't remember anything. So something of the sorts, but yeah, not a common thing, but I think I did do once or twice. All right. Do you find it surprising that sleepwalking is still a bit of a mystery? Yes and no. Because yes, find it surprising because we know so much. We're so advanced. All the studies and things that we know a lot, but also not because I think even things like dreams, they don't know why we dream. They have theories and things like that, like but there's no like, oh, your brain's doing this because of this and this. Yeah. So I'm not that surprised. Number 4, do you know anyone who talks in their sleep? Have you ever done it? I think so. I think my wife has said that. I think I've heard my wife mumble, but not talk like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Just like, that kind of a mumble in their sleep. What do you find most fascinating about sleep? Dreaming. I love it. The idea of dreaming, the concept of dreaming, and the fact that we can create a reality in our head that feels so real when you're there. I mean, when you're awake, you can imagine things, but it's not like a dream where you like there, you're feeling, experiencing it. So that's quite fascinating. Further discussion. Further discussion. How have your sleep habits changed over the years? Not that much, to be honest. I Now that I'm older, I do make sure that I get proper amount of sleep. When I was younger, I would stay up late watching TV, and it's like, and we didn't even have that exciting TV, but I would, yeah, stay up very late just watching TV all the time. And now I make sure that I need at least 6 hours, but try and make sure that I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Otherwise, I just don't feel good the next day, and it's not worth it. But I still don't wake up early. I hate waking up early, so that hasn't changed. From when I was young up till now, I don't like waking up early. I like staying up late at night. I usually go to bed at like 1 a.m. Um, so yeah, I don't like getting up early, but I make sure that I get enough sleep now that I'm older. Number two, have you ever used a sleep tracker? Yeah, I've got a new smartwatch, and my previous Garmin watch did the same thing. Um, it's kind of interesting to see the information, but what do you do with it, right? It's not, I mean, you just make sure you go to bed at the right time and wake up when you do, and then your REM sleep, like the deep sleep and the not so deep sleep, there's not much you can really change about that. So it is what it is. Yeah. Number three, when was the last time you felt sleep deprived? Uh, hasn't been for a while because I try and wake up, try and get the right amount of sleep every day. Um, I'm trying to think now. There was something that we had to get up early the other day. We had to take the car into the garage for a service. Yeah, but then I could take a nap in the afternoon again. So yeah, it's not like I was sleep deprived. How often would you say you get a good night's sleep? Every night. I have good sleep, so I'm very happy with that. Some people can't sleep because they have insomnia. I can't sleep because I have the internet. Unknown. Yeah. What do you make of this statement? This is very true. I think many people, it's a truth for many people. Just scrolling away on the internet, scrolling. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. We have to make sure we use our phones as a tool and not let our phones use us. All right. Well, on that note, we are done. That is everything for this one. Let me just stop the share here. And yeah, that's it then. You guys must keep working at it, keep practicing, keep reading, keep speaking, keep using the English language in all the different ways. Don't just try and speak, don't just try and read, don't just try and watch TV. You have to do everything, mix it all up so that you can be efficient in all the aspects. All right. Well, have a good day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are. See you next time. Bye bye.